morning, everyone. A warm welcome to IREX Real Estate Expo Virtual Edition. It's great to have you all joining us from different countries, along with our esteemed speaker on this platform. Looking at these challenging times, we at GMN Media have put together this platform as an opportunity to educate all our esteemed investors, investment bankers, lawyers, property consultants about attractive international properties on offer. This presentation will be for 15 minutes, followed by 10 minutes of Q&A. I would request all our attendees to be on active speaker mode. During time of Q&As, all attendees are requested to click the raise your hand button on your screen, and you will be allowed to ask your question. We will unmute you so that you can ask your question. Since we only have 10 minutes for Q&As, in case you don't get a chance to ask your question or your query remains unanswered, the presenter will be available to speak to you in their virtual booth at the IREX Real Estate Expo virtual exhibition. We will post the link on the chat for your reference. Without further delay, I would like to introduce our presenter, Mr. Alexander Davies, Chief Commercial Officer, Dubai Holdings Real Estate. He is going to present on introducing Dubai Holdings Real Estate. Over to you, Mr. Davies.
So thank you, Rohan. Thank you for the opportunity and the invite to speak to you, and good morning from Dubai. I hope you and your families are all safe and well in these current times. So as Rohan's already introduced, I'm Alex Davies. I am the Chief Commercial Officer for Dubai Holding Real Estate. And this morning, I'd like to take the opportunities to give you a brief introduction to Dubai and why Dubai offers a fantastic opportunity for real estate investment. And then I'd like to introduce to you the Dubai Holding Real Estate Organisation and how we've brought together the Dubai properties and the Miras portfolios. And then I'd like to run you through some of the examples of some of the projects that we have either developed, completed, or we're currently under development of. So first of all, an introduction into Dubai and why it makes for a fantastic opportunity for international development. So success does define Dubai. It's a very unique city, and its determination, and particularly in these challenging times, has really driven it forward as a city of growth and a city as a global hub. So currently, Dubai has a population of around 3.3 million people, of which 83% are foreign born. It has 2 international airports with over 20 million overnight visitors each and every single year. Not only that, but Dubai International, DXB, also is the world's busiest international airport. By 2027, there is an expectation that the population living here in Dubai will double. That is partly as a consequence of Dubai hosting over 200 nationalities, and it truly comes together to make one of the most multicultural cities within the world. In the Mercer Quality of Living survey, Dubai ranked #1 within the Middle East, partly due to our government-led happiness agenda. In another survey, the UAE ranked the 2nd safest country to live in within the world. And the UAE itself is also #10 in attracting foreigners from around the world to live here, to work here, to invest here. Obviously, Dubai has a very prime location around the world. It's where East meets West. We're centered between Africa, Asia, and Europe with fantastic connectivity. Not only that, we also have very good connectivity into America as well. All of that makes Dubai a true hub for everybody to pass through, to visit, to live, and be able to make this globe a smaller place. So about Dubai Holding Real Estate. Dubai Holding Real Estate has now existed for just under a year. It's an entity within the Dubai Holding Group, which some of you may or may not be familiar with. And it's the entity that specializes in the development, sales of thriving residential communities across Dubai's most sought after locations. Not only do we develop, but we also have Dubai's largest land bank. And that offers multiple opportunities for investors. If you do not want developed units, we have a multitude of land plots available across Dubai of all shapes, sizes, and locations. Dubai Holding Real Estate is relatively new, and it's been born about from the merger of the Dubai properties and the Miras portfolios. Both have long-standing experience in shaping the Emirates residential landscape and development landscape. Dubai Properties has developed master communities and developed residential properties across a multitude of different price points, spectrums, and customer bases. Whilst Miras has specialised and developed some prime locations. Anyone that knows Dubai will have heard of Blue Waters, the beach, JBR. All of these places come from the Miras heritage. Whereas Dubai Properties has traditionally developed villa locations, but also master communities like Arjan, Business Bay, etc. So as Dubai Holding Real Estate, we look after the complete life cycle of property. So as we said, we've got a significant land bank, which we both develop ourselves, but also a large amount of that land bank is for sale for other developers to develop. And we're very keen to work with partners to continue private development in Dubai, alongside the work that we continue to do. We have the Dubai Properties real estate portfolio. We have the Miras real estate portfolio. We also have a project management organization that does all of our own development for us called North 25. And alongside that, we have a significant facilities management division known as Ajada. We also rely heavily on other verticals within Dubai Holding, such as property management and community management. The impact our organization has had on this city is quite incredible. This is a map that tries to pull out just some of our key developments and what we have managed to develop across the Miras and the Dubai Properties, Dubai Holding portfolio. Obviously, within Dubai Holding, we have hospitality divisions, we have leisure and entertainment divisions alongside these developments. You'll see we have prime beachfront locations, some of which I'll introduce to you in more detail in a moment. Not only that, we also have the suburban locations such as Moudon, Villanova, etc., that see fantastic residential communities further out from the city that offer a great living experience. Alongside that, prime urban developments such as Business Bay and such as City Walk are also part of our portfolio. So moving on, I'd like to introduce you to just some of the Miras products to give you a better feeling for the variety of opportunities that not only we offer, but also is offered across Dubai. So starting with the Miras portfolio, we work very closely with Bulgari to develop the Bulgari Resort and Residences. So this is a prime ultimate location based on the Jumeirah Bay Island, just off the coast of Dubai. This is one of the only 6 places in the world where people can enjoy the riches and exclusiveness of the Bulgari lifestyle. It was also developed alongside the world-renowned architect Antonio Citerio. It offers views not only of the Arabian Gulf and the sea view, but also the fantastic skyline that is Dubai and downtown. It's also home to the first ever Bulgari Yacht Club. It's close to City Walk. It has fitness centres, swimming pools and landscape gardens across the development. It offers a mixture of apartments, mansions, but also the new Marina Lofts development. These are prime 2-level units that overlook and walk straight out onto the marina. So moving on to Blue Waters. Blue Waters is another island just off the coast, very near to Jumeirah Beach Residences at the other end of Dubai from Jumeirah Bay. Blue Waters will house the world's largest observation wheel in Dubai. Within this development, we've got an exclusive selection of apartments, penthouses, and some seaside townhouses. It's a very family-orientated island destination with a spirit that blends the waterfront living with city life. So alongside the residential offering, there is also hospitality, and there is also a retail destination. It offers panoramic ocean views and has scenic outdoor spaces. With its fitness centres, swimming pools, basketball courts, play areas, the Ain Dubai, the observation wheel, which will open later this year, alongside the retail offering. This is a prime location across Dubai. A newer development that is still under construction, and we're very excited to be handing over these units later on this year, is Port de la Mer. Again, a coastal destination inspired by the Mediterranean. It offers, again, panoramic views of the open sea and the unique Dubai skyline. It is one of a kind with an island retreat within the city. Located very close to the Le Maire development, known for its beaches, food and beverage, and retail. It offers a large marina with berths, potentially a yacht club. It overlooks the Pearl Jumeirah development. Each of the residents will have direct beach access, It offers dining, shopping, leisure activities. And there are also under development currently hotels and beach resorts right next door to this development. Moving more to our urban developments. City Walk. City Walk is known as a destination of choice across Dubai. It's a fantastic, vibrant urban location. We've now moved forward with the city, Central Park at City Walk, the first building of which is now under construction, and there'll be many more launches to come. It really has the future in mind. And looking at the current situation, it maximizes our outdoor space. There will be a large open park. There'll be private parks as part of each building, but then there will be a common park which is shared across this whole master plan. It will offer pools, water play, running tracks, dog parks, game areas, everything you'd expect from modern living experience, right in the center of the city, offering a unique, lush, green community only 5 minutes away from downtown Dubai. Moving into Miras and the Miras's move into the suburban environment, we have Cherrywoods. Cherrywoods is a place that you'll never want to leave. Based on the outskirts of Dubai, its connectivity with major roads here will make it easy to get almost anywhere in the city. Combining that with unique townhouses and everything that you need on your doorstep. It'll be a feature community here in Dubai and will set standard for both quality, layout, and the feeling of home here. It will have lakes, unique centres, and the usual sports facility you would expect. This is currently under development and another handover that we expect to commence later on this year. Sur-le-Mer is another fully sold out townhouse development. These are 3-story townhouses, once again, very close to Port de la Mer, and you can see Port de la Mer on the right-hand side of this picture here. Again, inspired by the Mediterranean and very in keeping with Port de la Mer. It's 3, 4, and 5 bedroom townhouses over 3 stories, very close to the prestigious Jumeirah 1 district, and having all the same benefits, including promenades, private beach access, and marina access that I've already talked about as part of Port de la Mer. Nikki Beach Residences, we still have units available. This is a fully completed development. It uses the Nikki Beach Hotel. It's a fully branded residence, has a clubhouse, has 450 meters of private shoreline, as well as dining, leisure, wellness, and is right adjacent to the Nikki Beach Resort, Spa, and Beach Club. Dubai Properties, another part of our portfolio. We're very excited to be developing Madinat Jumeirah Living. This is a unique opportunity to own freehold accommodations, even as an expat, or freehold investments as an expat, right opposite the Burj Al Arab Hotel. It's gated communities, it has walkways, jogging tracks, community centres, and magnificent views of Burj Al Arab from the units, but also from the shared facilities, play areas, parks, swimming pools. And is also right across the road and will be connected to the Madinat Jumeirah Resort, which offers both the souk for shopping and F&B, but also 3 absolutely prime hotels. It's also a very short walk from the public beach. There will be more launches coming there soon. Davies Tower is the last tower to be built on Jumeirah Beach Residences. This utilises the final plot of land available at this location. It's located right next to a number of prime hotels. It has panoramic views of the Arab Gulf. It has easy walking access to Dubai Marina. It's less than 5 minutes walk from the walk at Jumeirah Beach and the beach venue. Close proximity to all the amenities that anyone wants to use. It also includes a beach club within the development. Davies is again started construction and we expect that to be delivered in approximately 2 years' time. 1 JBR is a fully completed, fully sold out building and just demonstrates the quality that we can deliver as an organisation on the beach. Bellevue, right next to downtown Dubai, part of the Business Bay development. Views over Burj Khalifa, apologies, and views over downtown. It's a connected urban location that enables easy access across the whole of Dubai, whether by car or on foot to some absolutely prime locations. Finally, we move into the portfolio of suburban living that Dubai Properties is renowned for. Moudon has been a prime location for us, which consists of a number of townhouses, across the most recently Arabella. All these products is fully sold out and fully delivered. But it's a unique living experience, and the feedback from those people living there has been fantastic. Villanova is Dubai's newest master community. We have over 2,000 units that will be delivered there this year. And just next week, in the next 5 days, we'll launch the next phase of La Rosa 4. La Rosa 3 sold out in a record time for us. And this is a townhouse development consisting of 3 and 4 bedroom townhouses, super connected just behind the villa community on some of the major routes within Dubai. Finally, Serena, this is fully developed with the final handovers occurring in the very near future. A beautiful location, very close to Global Village and very close to some renowned places across Dubai. Again, this has offered a different lifestyle and it's received very positively by the market. In the current situation, people are looking for more space, and Serena certainly offers that with its community clubhouses, its retail, its parks, its jogging and walking tracks. And finally, Remram, very close to Hessa Street, again, another suburban location, offering a different product and a Mediterranean style of living. It's right opposite Moudon, has fantastic community facilities, direct access to Emirates Road and Hessa Street, and is a wonderful place for communities to live. So hopefully that gives you a flavour for what not only Dubai, but what Dubai Holding Real Estate has to offer and the myriad of investment and living opportunities that we're able to offer. Thank you very much for listening, and now I open for Q&A.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Alexander, for such a wonderful presentation. We now invite questions from the attendees. You're requested to click the raise your hand button on your screen, and we'll unmute you so that you can ask your question. Over to you, Lavanya.
Yeah, hi. We have a couple of questions on chat, but before that, two people have raised their hands, so I'm going to unmute them. Hi, Nishant. Please go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah, thank you so much. Very nice presentation. So I have two questions. One is that yesterday I also got this question that Dubai has been seen more as a tourist place, right? And you rightly mentioned that most of the people are outsiders. So in this situation, we have the number of question comes in the appreciation, everything. So being a tourist city, how come someone sees themselves as a resident in this thing? And the second thing is the opportunity for a real estate broking as an Indian over there. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Nishant. I think first of all, I speak as a resident of Dubai. I think whilst externally, I think Dubai and the wider UAE does a lot to encourage tourism. This is definitely a home for many of us. When we have the communities, many of which we've displayed today, it gives us a unique opportunity. And we can call home by the sea, we can live in suburban areas, we can live in urban areas, and we can call it home. So tourism is absolutely a very important part of our economy here in Dubai. But I think the two sit very well alongside each other. And I think it plays that the over 200 nationalities I was talking about at the beginning of the presentation about why Dubai is not just what tourists we welcome, it's who lives here. So on a day-to-day basis, I interact with people from around the world. And I think as residential, people do see this more and more as home, particularly when we talk about the expansion of the suburban developments, Serena, Villanova, Moudon. These are more places that people call home. And whilst we get to enjoy the unique experience that Dubai has to offer, such as Ain Dubai, such as some of the beach resorts and beach locations, we can retreat to our residential communities, Remram, and call it home. Would be my response to that. And it's certainly what I feel. If I want to enjoy what Dubai has to offer in downtown, etc., I can. But equally, when I come home to a townhouse in a suburban area, and I'm able to call it home. I have everything I need here. My own little piece of Dubai. And the last question regarding real estate for Indians, Nishant, I didn't quite catch what the question was there.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah,
yes.
Your second question?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I think we'll move to the next person.
Okay.
We have Miss Ragini. She has a question. Ragini, would you unmute yourself to ask a question? We have Mr. Kalal. Okay. Yeah, Ragini, you can go ahead.
Yes, Lavanya, can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Please
Yes.
go ahead and ask the question.
Yes, thank you for the great presentation. So I would like to know about this apartment, whether they are in ready position to move in.
Yep. So we have a number of ready apartments. So we have ready apartments in Moudon. We have ready apartments in City Walk. We have ready apartments in Bellevue Towers. As what we have in our portfolio, you may find others on the secondary market. We have a number of developments, Remram, Port de la Mer, which will be completed in the next 6 months, and we'll be welcoming people there. So they'll be ready in the next 6 months. And then we have apartments that won't be ready for 2 years, such as La Vie, and probably next year with City Walk. So we have a myriad of ready units, but also longer term investments. But we do have ready units in Moudon and City Walk and Nikki Beach, and we'll be having units that get handed over in the next 6 months at Port de la Mer and Bellevue Towers. They're the two that will definitely be delivered in the next 6 months.
Okay, yeah, that sounds great. Thank you so much.
No problems.
We have another question from Mr. Rajiv. Rajiv, would you unmute yourself and ask a question?
Yeah, thank you for this opportunity. And I would love to know, with this ready to move in properties, how it is feasible with the visa part, residential visa.
Okay. Thank you for your question, Rajiv. There are a number of investor visas in Dubai based on value of real estate development. So it would be wrong of me to quote numbers because I'm not 100% sure on the numbers, but certainly with a level of investment, you can get 1, 2, 5 and 10-year visas depending on your level of investment. And that is done on, they've revised the rules recently where that is actually, it's not the value of the unit and you have to own it outright, it's the value of capital that you put into your investment, Rajiv. So I'm sure if needs be, the team will be able to help you. If not, then certainly the immigration within Dubai are very open to real estate investors gaining investment visas.
Okay, great. Thanks, Rajiv. We have another question from Mr. Anupam Roy. Anupam, would you please unmute yourself and ask the question?
Yeah, so it's a follow-up question from what Mr. Datta asked. And the visa which is granted, like you said, for different time periods, and the maximum you say is 10 years. So this can be further renewed, or I mean, it's a maximum cap is 10 years?
No, they are renewable, and Dubai very recently this year announced actually citizenship status for expats, depending on level of investments and on professions as well. So the landscape of visas is changing in Dubai, and we're working very closely with Department of Immigration to work out how we can maximize that for people. But they are renewable. They are renewable based on the income level and the investment level being maintained within Dubai. And we work very closely with particularly immigration, who issues the Department of Immigration, who issue these visas, to ensure that we speed that process up as much as possible for investors.
Okay, thanks, Anupam. We have another question from the audience. Mr. Sudhir Taneja, you can unmute yourself and ask the question.
Hello. My question is, how much minimum investment you are looking for a citizenship? And as you said, that visa is in a different 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. So what will be the minimum investment we can expect to do for getting at least a 5 or 10 year visa, citizenship visa?
So a full citizenship visa, it was only announced, and the decree was only announced earlier this year, and we're still working with the authorities for them to establish what the level of real estate investment would be, and or professional requirements, because there is professional requirements in there, not just for investors. Similar with the 5 and 10 year, what they call the golden visas, I don't recall what that is. From memory, it is around, to gain the minimum investor visa, it is around 1 million dirhams of investment is required, of capital input in investment is required to gain an investor visa for residential status here.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay,
No problem.
thank you.
Today.
We have a question on chat from Miss Anita Khandelwal. She's asking, if I purchase a property in Dubai, then can I rent it out on ease? And what rent am I going to expect? And what is the procedure to rent it out?
Okay, yes, you can rent it out here. The procedure is fairly easy. The procedure would be effectively, if it's just a standard 1-year rental contract, it would be effectively to appoint a broker and use a broker to rent out or lease your unit for 1 year. That would be renewable, and the only thing you need to make sure that you do is register that tenancy contract with the authorities through a system called a Jari, which is all now done online. So it's a fairly straightforward process, and properties rent with such a large expat population. Properties do rent fairly easily here and offer reasonable yields when compared to international yields.
Okay, one last question we have. What will be the annual maintenance fees for a 2-bedroom flat at Miras?
So the maintenance fees are basically on the size of the unit. So again, these fees, what we would call community or service charges, are fully governed by the authorities. So not a single invoice can be sent out for community service charges without the approval of the Real Estate Regulatory Authority here, which is part of the Dubai Land Department. It depends, it varies from community to community. It depends on what facilities are there, and obviously the higher the level of facilities offered, concierge, etc., then the service charges do increase. I think you'd probably expect a service charge range of somewhere between 14, 15 dirhams per square foot, up to about 25 dirhams per square foot per year for an apartment. So you would be probably a 2-bed, you're probably looking towards about 20,000 dirhams a year for a large 2-bed in a very prime location.
Okay,
perfect.
thanks. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Davies, for your presentation. We've posted the link on the chat for the IREX Real Estate Expo virtual exhibition. The Dubai Holdings team will be available at their virtual booth to speak to you. And in case your questions have been unanswered, you can go ahead and speak to them at their booth. Thank you once again, Mr. Davies. Thank you everyone for joining and being a part of the session.